Today on Mission Funded, we're going behind the scenes at Grant Advanced Solutions. We're joined by our Client Success Manager, Rheanna McPherson, to talk about everything from training to platform improvements. Welcome, Rheanna.
Hi, Steph. Thank you so much for having me.
And we're joined by Nikki Ramito, our co-host and marketing manager.
Hello. So happy to have you here, Rheanna.
Really
Thank you.
excited. So, Rheanna, can you tell us a bit about your role as Client Success Manager at Grant Advance?
Yes, of course. So I work directly with clients to ensure that they can navigate the platform confidently and effectively with the ultimate goal of helping them achieve their fundraising objectives. In addition to supporting clients, I lead a dedicated team of 4 talented employees, providing guidance and fostering a collaborative environment focused on exceptional service. So my role is both diverse and rewarding in many different ways.
Seriously.
Amazing. That's amazing.
That's absolutely
Mhm.
fantastic. And do you we know that you handle all the background client success. You want our clients to have success, but you also do help out with educational stuff as well. Like we have a huge educational resource library that's growing every single day. And I know that you take huge, like you are massively involved in that as well. Can you talk a little bit on that?
Yes, I do play a key role in developing educational resources, not only for our clients, but internally for staff training. So, this is just helping to ensure that all users and team members have the knowledge they need to succeed. I also work really closely with our development team and contribute
Hmm.
to the planning and design of new features, which often helping define initial the requirements based on client need and feedback. It's actually one of my favorite aspects is what I do behind the scenes there with all the testing that our development team comes up with those new features. I really enjoy the investigating and identifying potential challenges while working toward effective solutions.
Hmm.
So it's definitely one of those things that will constantly require us to update our educational materials because we are constantly updating the platform.
Yeah, and I can say, like, I don't think anybody has more of a valuable opinion in development meetings because you converse with the most clients. Like you are there answering the questions, talking to the clients. And so when that's the case, you're able to come to development, to come to marketing and say, hey, this is what we're missing. And I think it's hugely valuable. Like I think that your input really drives our educational resources, which is fantastic. So also, what does a typical conversation with a client, what would that look like?
Yes. So most of my conversations with clients would center around answering their support questions. So this could be things that are really basic to more complex in the fundraising industry. My ultimate goal is just to make sure that they have made the most of the platform. What I do enjoy learning most about is their organization's mission and the passion that inspired them to get started. Hearing the stories behind their work, what motivates them, the communities they serve, and the impact they hope to make is so rewarding and inspiring.
Hmm.
And I can admit that I will stay on the phone probably a little bit longer than planned, just because I've become so engaged in hearing about the journey that led them into the charitable sector.
Hmm.
These conversations just provide a meaningful reminder of the important work our clients do every day and reinforce why I'm supporting them. It's just such a fulfilling part of my role.
Yeah.
That's like it's such a unique role that you have, I feel like, here at Grant Advance. And you touched a little bit about it, but how do you make sure clients are not just using the platform, but they're actually getting value from it?
Yes, that's really, really important because I remember being a new user and having some little struggles in there and needing a lot of support in some areas versus others that I picked up on really quickly. I do believe that encouragement and active listening are at the heart of effective client support. Learning new software comes with its challenges, and part of my role is helping clients navigate that learning curve by providing guidance, practical solutions, and reassurance along the way. I strive to just create an environment where clients feel heard, supported, and confident in their ability to succeed.
Hmm.
We do think that the success is determined by how we respond to those obstacles. Challenges are a natural part of any endeavor. There'll always be unexpected hurdles and learning opportunities, but anything worthwhile comes with its share of challenges, right? So my goal is to help clients work through those moments, stay focused on their objectives, and recognize that persistence and adaptability are key into achieving their long-term success.
I
It's a
love that.
crucial part of the team here for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it really can really break down to I might be just giving them a little additional coaching on one section. It might be time management, suggestions on how they can actually incorporate working grant advance into their already busy schedule. It really is. It just depends. Everything always shifts depending on whatever the client says. So I tend to shift with what they need.
Did you talk? This is just a question that I just thought of right now. Do you talk to all the clients or only when clients are having an issue or have a question?
Oh, well, usually when they're reaching out, that's when I will be the one that they connect with. Another person on our team, Keith, he manages the support inbox with me. So it's a shared endeavor there. But we do have two other success advocates that conduct regular check-ins. So they'll collect information from our clients, see where they are sitting in their usage. And then if it's something simple that they can answer, they will. And then if it's something a little bit more complex, then they get connected with myself or Keith for further assistance. So while I may not necessarily speak with them directly in the beginning days, chances are eventually they are going to come to me
At some
because they'll
point.
need some help. Yeah.
I will say that every time that I have reached out to you about a client that we have, I can say, hey, we had an org, it was a couple years ago, and this is kind of their story. Do you know who I'm talking about? And she'll be like, oh, yeah, I do. And then she'll just pull them right up. Like nobody knows our member database as well as Rheanna, I would say. Like she's very quick with it. And you can tell that your devotion to your job, to helping our members is so evident. And I know that our members, if you were to kind of follow a flow chart of how our members kind of they start with a funding consultant who gets them set up, and then immediately it's moved on to your team. Like as soon as you guys work with the webinars to get them set up, and then you guys are there answering questions, getting everybody set up like that. So when we get people signed up and they're members, what do you do to ensure that our clients are supported after they've done so?
Yeah, so it can really be a proactive approach to client engagement. Our support team is very dedicated to that. So it can start with us just simply checking to make sure that they set up that initial password within 72 hours, to following up if we've noticed they haven't signed up for a training webinar within the first 30 days. We make sure that our client success advocates regularly connect with clients to gather feedback and monitor their progress. This way we can ensure that they're getting the most value from the platform. When additional assistance is needed because it's therefore requested or reported to one of our success advocates, we will provide them with the relevant resources and connect those clients with the appropriate team members who specialize in specific site capabilities. So we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and sometimes I even need support. So beyond the training webinars, which is just kind of the baseline of our clients getting started, we frequently offer individualized support sessions that are tailored to each client's unique needs. This personalized approach allows us to build on foundational training by exploring more advanced platform features, sharing helpful resources, assisting with time management strategies, and encouraging ongoing engagement. So while GA is a valuable tool, we do understand that everyone learns differently and progresses at their own pace. What comes naturally to one user might be more challenging for another. And my greatest piece of advice to clients is to stay connected with us whenever questions arise or obstacles are encountered. I mentioned this before. I remember what it was like to be the new user. And it is my personal mission to just ensure that clients feel supported every step of the way, not only in achieving their fundraising goals, but also having this smooth, positive, and successful experience throughout the whole process of learning our platform.
Yeah. I think That's so great. And I love what you say when you say we understand that everyone learns differently and progresses at their own pace because, I think all of us can think of a time where we've helped somebody with something that we think, why don't they get this? Right? And I'm
Mhm.
not saying that for the platform necessarily, but we can all think of, helping our grandma with their cell phone or helping our parents with their email. And I think that's so important to know that, you know, we have a support person that there's no quote unquote dumb questions. There's nothing that they can say that will make you kind of, you kind of see it as everybody learns differently. Everybody is going to view this platform differently. And I think that's so special and unique to our brand, I think, really. And I
Yeah.
think that you really are the heart of the support. And I think that's really great.
Thank you, Nikki. Yes, I really do feel like I'm kind of the parent role, right? Like all these people who come in that are brand new, they're kind of my children. And how do we approach our kids, right?
Yeah.
We give them this support and encouragement. We have to give them positivity while we're educating them. And I think that that's just a good approach to have, period, with anyone at any age of life,
Yeah.
especially when they're learning something new, right? Just because I've been here for over 5 years and learning this system and am proficient does not mean that I was not a new user at one
Yeah.
point. So it's very
Exactly.
important to remember that part of it when we're educating and supporting our
Yeah.
clientele.
And I'm just going to quickly bring back to what I had said earlier about when you are in the development meetings. This is kind of exactly what I was talking about. Like you see where some clients might get hung up more in more spots than others, and you try and smooth those parts out. And really, like you are our first line of defense for any issues with clients. And I just think it makes our platform so much stronger to be, have you there to support.
Absolutely. I think anybody who has heard our story from inception to now, being a small team of two or three and blossoming to almost 50 in just over 10 years. Um, we want to retain that small family business feel, even though we want to grow. It's a very virtual world. There's AI
Hmm.
all over the place. Um, I know from my personal experience, I don't mind from time to time when I talk to an AI bot, but if I'm in the throes of something and I'm feeling a little frustrated, I want a human being on the other
Oh yeah.
end of my email or my phone call. And so I think that really does set us apart because we want to retain that feeling.
Yeah.
We don't want people to feel like they're just another number because they're not,
Yeah.
right? It's about relationship building.
Yeah, for sure. I've been so frustrated before if I've tried to call somebody
Yeah.
and you have to press one and then you are speaking to a robot or you're online trying to talk to somebody and you have a real issue and you get the same generic answers
Yeah.
that aren't helping your problem. A person is what you need.
Hmm.
And you mentioned a little bit about development. And I know we've made a lot of really great improvements to the platform this year specifically. So let's talk about some of those updates.
Yes, I would love to give our development team a shout out. They are
Hmm.
amazing. I am constantly just blown away by the brains behind the scenes, and I really don't think that they get enough credit for what they do. So, giving them some recognition is really, really important. They don't work directly with the clients, they work with the support staff. So, it is really, really important that we do highlight the hard work that they do. I have an immense amount of respect for our development team. They play a very critical role in our success. I'm continually amazed by their ability to analyze complex challenges, think
Hmm.
strategically, and build solutions that enhance the client experience. And while they may not be the public face of the company, the impact of their work is felt every day through improvements, innovations, and functionality that they bring to our platform. It's been a real privilege to work alongside some talented individuals. But you asked more so about the exciting updates. So I'll stop shouting out the development team and get to some of our updates. Some of our more exciting recent updates is the redesigned interface for our grant secretary module. So this really introduced some time-saving improvements. Anyone who's used the system knows that in Grant Advance, they can update a flag status. So then that way they can just mark when that letter of inquiry was sent out. Previously, this was an individual action. So every single profile for every single letter had to be opened, and then you would click submitted. Now users can bulk update the submitted letters. Just select, bulk update them all, and there you go. So it's saving them a lot of clicks for sure.
Yeah.
We've also integrated the document generator directly with Grant Secretary. So it just makes it easier for users to edit the letters and reducing the numbers of clicks again, just to complete the common tasks. And while it is seemingly small, these efficiencies can
Huge.
really make a significant difference in the day-to-day workflow and overall productivity. Our Giving History search engine has also received a valuable enhancement designed to provide deeper insights into funding activity at a quick glance. We've added a new location which displays the total number of grants awarded by state or province, depending on which country you're in. This was also made available in both standard searches and in our new cross-referencing search, which is another good feature. We've updated the display of the search results to reflect the first location that populates will always be based off of the user's location. So if you know, we want you to isolate those foundations who are funding within your region. That does ensure a better success rate if they've donated to you or donated in your location before. So this enhancement is just working in conjunction with the address in each user's organization profile settings.
Very
It's
cool.
a kind of a more smart technology, so to speak, right? We also have a new grant summary column, and that provides a comprehensive overview of a funder's giving history. So that would include the total number of grants awarded, average number of grants awarded per year, the average and the median grant size. This is replacing the previous average grant column, which only displayed the average gift amount. So we're just giving you a little bit more information right on the search results page.
And that's really great. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yes, these new columns are also visible when the Show Funders Once toggle is enabled, which is allowing users to view more meaningful data at that glance. In addition, search results are now prioritized to highlight funders that award 10 or more grants per year and have a median grant size between 1,000 and $500,000, helping users identify the most relevant prospects more efficiently. And then looking ahead, we will be introducing additional filters that will allow users to customize these parameters, providing even greater flexibility and control over search results.
Wow, I think these are going to lead to a lot more success stories. It sounds like it's making the platform even more effective, intuitive, and easier to use, and lots of time-saving opportunities there as well.
Yeah, I love the bulk update like that. It's like you kind of said, it's kind of like a small thing, but huge. Like people that are going in and they're like, all right, I've sent out 100 letters of inquiry, and now, I need to update all these 50. Well, we bulk sent them out, and now we're going to have to individually update them. No, this bulk update is going to be huge, such a time saver, and that's going to be absolutely amazing for our members. I'm so excited for that. So speaking of client feedback, what kind of feedback are you hearing on your end? Give us the inside scoop on what clients are saying.
Yes, so the most consistent feedback that I usually hear from our clients is about the level of support that they receive from our team, because we firmly believe that the success is directly tied to the success of our clients, from the very first conversation and complimentary consultation to the onboarding and the ongoing engagement throughout the term. We view every client relationship as a true partnership. So I do hear a lot about the level of support. People are so appreciative that we are real human beings answering them.
Yeah.
We understand that organizations invest in our services because they are working towards meaningful fundraising goals, and we're committed to supporting them every step of the way. Our members' achievements are at the very foundation of our growth, and we would not be here today without the results that they achieve, right? So at the heart of our approach is trust. And so I think that we really do convey that. We strive to build strong, everlasting relationships with our clients, the same type of relationships that they in turn are seeking to establish with prospective funders. So by us demonstrating that responsiveness, reliability, and genuine commitment to their success, we aim to model the relationship building principles that are so critical to effective fundraising.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I'm so impressed. And I like what you said. Sorry, Steph. I like what you said. Like, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our clients, right?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for our clients that, are getting real funding. We see testimonial after testimonial of clients that are getting funding month after month, year after year, right? And I think that it really goes to show, with our client success, you guys are there hand holding and pouring love into these nonprofits. And I just think that I really loved what you said. Like, we wouldn't be here without our members. And I think that's so true.
Yep. Anybody who I speak with usually will hear that line come out of my mouth, right? We're not successful if you're not successful.
Exactly.
Support comes with your membership. Tap into it. I don't know you're struggling unless you tell me, right? We do regular check-ins, but let's not get there, right? If you have questions, concerns, comments, feedback on the platform, get in touch with us because we really do listen. Our clients are at the heart of why we're here. So
Yeah.
it's a really beautiful place to work for.
I think that's what really sets Grant Advance apart too. I think a lot of people have lost that, especially with the role of AI and everything. People are just trying to make things easier for the company and the company to grow, and they've kind of forgot the human touch. And then the customers go with that. I think a lot of people, they want the human, they want the real support. And so speaking of client feedback, one thing that we care about is listening to the organizations that we serve. What role does client insight play in the way that, Grant Advance continues to grow?
Oh, it is a huge part of how we continue to grow. And I believe that our growth is directly driven by our clients' feedback and successes. I have watched that happen and develop over the last 5 years. We actively listen to suggestions for improving site features and functionality, and every recommendation is documented and carefully considered. In fact, our client feedback plays a key role in determining our development priorities each quarter. And I know that this site looks so much different today than it did when I first started, and monitoring all that feedback and working with the development team. So then that way they get to make these meaningful enhancements have all significantly improved the overall user experience. So the platform today looks so much different than it did 5 years ago. And so this commitment that we have to listening and learning and continuously improving ensures that our platform continues to meet the changing needs of our clients.
Yeah, it's almost like you got to put yourself in the client's shoes, right? And you don't
Yeah.
know what they're experiencing or what they need if, they don't tell you. So I think it's really important that, our customers, our clients know that we want their feedback. We appreciate their feedback, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And speaking of client success, I know that you track all of that because, we work together in some of those ways. And so I know that you track all of that. And as well as I know, we've had some serious successes. Can you share some that really stand out, nonprofits that used our platform and received some funding support? So do you have any stories that maybe just fall out of top of your mind?
Yes. Well, typically we do need to have permission to share specific names of charities and nonprofits that have been successful. But this one is all over our Google reviews. So I can say that Pilots to the Rescue has been so extremely successful using the platform. They're an excellent example of what can be achieved through persistence, strategic outreach, and effective use of our services. During the first 7 months on the platform, they secured approximately $97,000 in donations.
Wow.
And then by continuing to build relationships and pursuing funding opportunities, they ultimately raised $372,000 in their very first year. So
Yes.
stories like that just demonstrate the impact of consistent effort and dedication can have over time. In June alone, I actually received reports from 8 different members who were awarded funding, and these
Mm.
grants raised were ranging from about $5,000 to just over $200,000,
Wow.
which is highlighting the diverse funding opportunities available to organizations that remain engaged and committed to their fundraising efforts. And then just this morning, I came in and our lovely senior fundraising strategist reported to me that she had another person report to her a $10,000 donation. So
Yes.
it really just, it's so inspiring to see how the commitment to the platform and the relationship building with these prospective funders is really paying off for our members.
Yeah. Oh, that's just so awesome, Rheanna. I get like goosebumps when I hear that we've had successes. And like you are right there cheering them on. You are like their personal cheerleader. And
Mhm.
so I can only imagine how excited you get when you hear that these
Oh, yeah.
stories. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting for everybody. Like we all have, but I can see like I'm sure you just feel so proud of them. And yeah, pilots to the rescue. And what I love is, they are not only building funding for 1 year, they're building year after year funding, which is something we
Yeah.
always talk about. But it's
Mhm.
so important because you see, you said that they ultimately raised 372,000 in their very first year.
Mhm.
Okay, well, what about next year? They're going to go back to those same donors and get year after year. Like, isn't that just incredible? Like, again, goosebumps.
I
Yeah, it's
agree, though.
very inspiring.
I love to hear the all of these success stories for sure. And I think like, like you mentioned about the organizations building those relationships with the funders and, using Grant Advance, to its fullest capabilities. I love it. And these results speak for themselves for sure. And is there anything else exciting coming up, Rhianna, that you'd like to talk about?
Well, we're always exploring new ideas and looking for ways to enhance the experience of our members. One of our greatest strengths is in the collaborative nature of our team. There is never a shortage of creative ideas and innovative suggestions that we bring to the table. Currently, our development team is working on a major overhaul of the document generator module. And this initiative is driven primarily by client feedback and our ongoing commitment to improving efficiency and usability. The goal is always to streamline workflows, reduce manual effort, and make the document creation process even more intuitive. We're so excited about the improvements on the horizon, and I really look forward to delivering updates that continue to save our members time and enhance their overall experience with the platform.
I love that. I can't
Love
wait to
it.
see all of the new things that are coming out in the next few months as well. So it's
Mhm.
just really exciting to be a
Oh,
part
it
of.
I wish I could show you both the platform when I first came on, because if you could see what it looked like before compared to now, your minds would be blown. Like five
I
years, oh my goodness, it's such a huge difference.
I want
I
to
should
see.
see if we could find an original picture from like when it first was launched. Wouldn't that be cool to have like a sliding like, what it looked before and after kind of thing? Because
Oh my
honestly,
goodness.
every single we should see if we should I'm sure
Yeah.
somebody has one.
Mhm.
Oh, I would even love to see it when they first launched, right? Because
That's
I,
what I'm
I
saying.
I wasn't here in the beginning days, but just knowing how much it's changed since I've come on board is always really exciting.
I,
But I wonder what kind of stuff we have in the archives.
I'm not even kidding. Well, I guess it's getting close to 2 years that I've been here. But even from when I started, it's different, like
Mhm.
I'm sure it's not as drastic as when you started, but I mean, I've been here a year and a half, and I can say when I first started, it looked like we've got cross searches now, which I think are absolutely phenomenal and open so many new doors. We've got, all of the smart tags with the
Mhm.
smart phrases. Smart phrases are really great. I think we just
Mhm.
got so many cool features now that it's just like, I didn't even think about that. And then I'll always say something to development like, what if we tried this? And they're always like, yeah, no problem. And I'm like, man, that would take me forever to figure out how to do. So it's lucky that we're the ideas and then they're the doers.
Yes, yeah, their brains simply amaze me. I
Oh.
sometimes I'll even say to our lead developer, like, how did you figure that out? And he's like, well, I
Mm.
could explain it to you, but you know, like, wouldn't you rather I just work on things and be okay that I made that change?
Oh,
Yes,
I
yes.
know.
I just find your brain so intriguing,
I know.
coding, my
It's so
goodness.
interesting. And you
Yeah.
know what's fun is we are working on refacing the website and we're getting the developers to help us out. Every time that Steph and I have a meeting, it's like, this
Really, it's
looks
so
so
impressive. Like
good.
my jaw like hit the floor. It was not, it was like even better than I imagined. Like, and then it just keeps getting better. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, Rheanna, for coming and chatting with us and telling us about the new features and some of our clients and your role at Grant Advance, which I'll stand by it, is one of the most important roles here. You really are the heart of the team, and I'm so glad that you took some time, your very busy time, to sit and chat with Steph and I and let us pick your brain about client success and everything because I'm sure everybody that'll listen to this podcast will be like, oh, Rheanna, I know Rheanna, because you really do touch base with everybody and you know the clients so well. And we just really appreciate you. From a client side, we appreciate you. And from a coworker side, we love you and appreciate you. So thank you so much again for coming on and sharing your love and expertise.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you to you both.